Welcome back, folks, to Under the Lights, presented by Danimals Baseball. My name is Mr. Coach. Today, I am joined by my co-host, Jarin Kobashigawa, and our featured guest of the day, Mr. Emerson Lau. Oh, that was the wrong one there.
There we go.
We just figured out we had a soundboard on our recording device, and we're going to put that to work. If I abuse the soundboard, will you guys please just cut me off on that? 'Cause I'm going to be doing some stupid shit, man. Well, this is episode 3 of our podcast. We shot 2 last week. Today, we're happy to have Mr. Emerson Lau with us. He is the founder and owner of 2 of our presenting sponsors, Aloha Capz and Aloha Mitts. And so we're excited to have you on the podcast.
Thanks for letting me be here, guys.
What do you think of the setup, man?
This is crazy. This is really, really crazy. This is kind of...
We have a mic for a reason. You can bring it up to your face, man.
This is a little surreal. I see. I have. This is my first time doing this, so I don't know. But yeah, this is really cool.
I mean, you got the right idea. You came dressed here, but
Dressed to the nines, man.
Your collar is kind of messed up over here. You don't want to mess up the hair, so you got the headphones halfway off your head. But you look good, man.
Yeah, thanks. You guys look good too. I like these hats. These hats are really nice.
Yeah, it's almost very poetic that on the day that we have the owner and founder of Aloha Capz, we are breaking out our new 2022 Danimals edition hat. We'll get a close-up there. You can look at Emerson's shot there. We'll cut to my shot here. These are the baby blues with the pink trim.
Year they just get better and better, and it's kind of like, oh, what's going to be next year? How do you top next year? And it's kind of like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I when I was in college, I want to say like my sophomore or junior year, in the summer, I came back home and started working for Lids because I'm a hat geek. We're shooting this episode in my house. I think you can maybe see behind Emerson and Jarin there, my row of hats.
That's
there.
about a fourth of what he has.
Yeah.
He has walls all around this wall right here.
So I started working at Lids, and one of my coworkers, and who ended up becoming a good friend of mine, kind of helped me with the first version of the hat. Actually helped us design the logo. We went through a few iterations of how the logo went. At first it was like a Detroit Tigers, that old English D with like some claw marks in them. Mm-hmm. And then we said, we'll probably get copyrighted for this. And so we scratched that idea. And then this is all my good friend TJ Negrana. TJ, if you're watching this by any reason, for whatever reason you stumble across this podcast, dude, shout out to you, man. This logo has gone far and beyond anything we could ever imagine. It's really become the identity. Yeah, TJ Negrana. Dude, yeah, like I said, man, this logo has become our identity, has become like a staple in a lot of our production. Jaren's wearing a shirt there. I got a polo shirt with the logo here. Dude, let me know if you're listening to this, and I'll get you a hat for sure, man. But yeah, so we started in, the first season, 2017, with this new era fitted, black around the back, white up front, and this baby blue cotton fitted. And then a few years later, we went to a little royal blue. I think those came with the white jerseys. Mm-hmm. So the royal blue there with some baby blue trim. And then this year, we're excited to finally get a hat that will match up nicely with our new sweet baby blue jerseys that we had featured on last episode, with the pink. And I think I really dig the look of these things, man.
I gotta say, this is my favorite hat so far. And I would say the same thing about our jerseys too. The new baby blues, I was excited to get those. I'm just as excited to wear these now. So I learned my lesson from the last couple of hats. I ordered 2 for myself, one to play with and one to wear out.
Yeah, it's the rock one and stock one mentality. I think a lot of the sneakerheads can feel me on that one.
I've made that mistake already. Not this time, though.
Yeah, man. So what's going to be cool about this hat release is that we're going to partner with Aloha Capz and Aloha Mitts to do a giveaway to our listeners. If you're listening to this podcast, head over to our Instagram page where we'll be dropping the details of that. Basically, shoot us a follow at Danimals_baseball. And go ahead and follow Aloha Capz and Aloha Mitts. We'll have those linked wherever the Emerson's pointing. And
Down below.
like the post and comment with a few of your buddies, and we'll be pulling a hat to give away to one of our listeners, and just a token of our appreciation for you guys that are listening to this.
Yeah, I think for the longest time we've been putting off doing merch, and we still don't have shirts or jackets or stuff like that, but we have hats now, and this is like your one opportunity to get a hat.
Yeah, I have to order these things like 2 or 3 months in advance. I actually put this order in October.
It took crazy long.
Yeah, and it just rolled in. I like came out to my house and was like, "Ooh, a box." And I was like, "No fucking way."
You called me at like 10:30
Yeah,
last night.
I called you so excited. I was just like, "Dude, you gotta see these fucking hats, man." And so this is like gonna be the one limited opportunity to get this hat. That if you're not a part of the Danimals squad, before we see if we can order more. So hop on that Instagram, go hit us with a like and a comment, and good luck.
Limited supply only.
That's right, man. Well, let's get right into this podcast. This is episode 3, like I said. I think the title is going to be like, he plays hockey or something. Because our buddy Emerson Lau hasn't historically been known as a baseball player, right? So when we were growing up, I knew Emerson through high school, and 8th grade actually was where we met. But got close in high school, and you weren't on the baseball team. You were playing hockey, probably the only guy from Hawaii that played ice hockey that wasn't white. Talk us through your upbringing and why you chose to pursue hockey, and then your brother was a very successful baseball player, and why didn't those athletic skills translate for you on the baseball field? Because he has a very successful resume when it comes to baseball.
Yeah, so I watched a lot of Mighty Ducks growing up. Sorry. So, yeah, I watched a lot of Mighty Ducks growing up. I kind of fell in love watching that. Watched a lot of ice, people play at Ice Palace.
Ducks
So I was like,
fly together. Ducks fly together. Ducks fly together.
So, yeah, like, basically I kind of just jumped in, and that's what I liked. I liked the fast pace of it. First sport I actually played was golf. And, yeah, so they
Dude, you're terrible at golf.
Wait. No, you're okay at golf. You're Kyle's favorite golfer. I remember that.
Shout out to Kyle Abe. So, basically, so with golf, they said I was too loud, so they said I couldn't play. So I stopped playing that, and then I went to hockey, and then I could basically be as loud as I want. So I was like, okay, sure, and then I tried playing baseball at the same time, but like I think baseball is like, you gotta have like appreciation and kind of work and grind to it, and I didn't get that till later. And then I think Ev kind of found that like
earlier on,
and it's like, it was fun to watch. I love eating sunflower seeds now. I have a sunflower seed addiction.
What's your go-to flavor and brand? Brand is very important, I think.
Yeah. What is that? David's the jumbo.
David's.
He's a OG.
That's like the OG.
You
like
just get the original.
Yeah, original jumbo.
You get that little salt pocket in your mouth after you had too many, and
Sore.
like the skin starts peeling off.
Yeah, you're
like,
digging in there with your tongue. Like,
I haven't had those in forever. I was hoping that you were gonna say Biggs.
Oh no, Biggs is too, the bacon one, but that one has so much salt. I'm like, I'm gonna
dude,
die.
the Biggs Ranch is where I'm at.
Yeah.
There's the when I was a Biggs guy for a long time, bacon or ranch or whatever, and then went to the mainland and discovered Spitz.
Spitz is also
Yeah.
pickles.
Mm-hmm. Those
Yeah.
I
are
like
good.
the pickle ones.
And the bag is so much better than anyone else's.
Yeah.
So
I used to when I was playing ball in California at Whittier, I used to like buy a whole bag of sunflower seeds and just like stuff the whole bag in my back pocket. Like just like take handfuls and stuff in the back pocket so that I could just like pick it out
Without the bag.
without the bag.
You know what the problem with that though is?
If you slide
No, my sunflower seeds start to taste like
lint.
No, well yes, but like the little dryer sheets that I use. So like lavendery, that's what my seeds started to taste like. So I couldn't do that anymore. I would just stuff both in both cheeks and eat through the middle. That's
But like when you're out on the field for like an hour long or 2 hour long batting practice, you gotta entertain yourself.
You gotta stock
somehow.
up.
Yeah, you gotta stock up.
Like a little squirrel with nuts in their mouth.
Get ready for the winter.
Oh, wrong one. What's the?
No,
There we go.
or Yeah, we have another live audience here today.
Which one is applause?
Emerson, I wanna go back to something you said, because you said you were too loud to play for golf, and that made more sense, being loud at hockey. What do you mean by being loud? Because sometimes you're on the mic at the Danimals games, and your mouth just goes, man. I remember this one night game versus Hamid's apartment. You were just calling people out. Is that what you mean by loud?
I don't kiss and tell.
What?
But
What does that mean? So yes, were you talking shit on the golf course? Is that what it was?
I wouldn't say talking, but I like to have conversations.
Oh, okay.
Just like
Like
to
during
talk.
people's backswings, you'd be like, "Hey, watch out for that stick over there." What the? Is that what you mean?
Only with Kyle.
Oh, only with Kyle.
Only with
Okay.
Kyle. But I ended up talking way too much and having conversations. I was a little friendly little kid back.
Do you have like a favorite hockey chirp? You know, like if you watch Letterkenny, have you seen that show?
No,
It's like a show about like Canadians and like their hockey, and it's like super stereotypical Canadian. It's like, hey boy.
That's not good.
I don't know. It's like it was super funny, and they said like a lot of clever chirps.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite hockey chirp?
I'd say mine. We played San Jose State when I was at UNLV for a little bit, and then basically my one teammate was like sweet practice jerseys, and these guys were wearing like literal practice jerseys
As their
as their uniform. And I mean, other than that,
that was a terrible chirp.
it was in the moment, so it's kind of funny. So, but I'm kind of learning that
Baseball's chirpy.
they chirpy, but like it's a little passive, like a little different.
Yeah, it's not as like in your face. It's like I don't know if like you guys want to go to the Instagram and look, but like we chirp our own guys pretty hard.
Oh yeah.
And
I love
that
it.
gets a little aggressive. That's sometimes pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. 100%.
There's an episode where I'm mic'd up and I'm just like shitting on everybody.
The
Like,
Halloween one.
no. I was
Oh.
mic'd up at Hans. Yeah, and I go,
Oh, that's when we mic'd you up that one time.
yeah. And then I think Cole was at bat. He's like, Cole, it's not a sword.
Yep.
He tipped it. So
And Emerson is actually the guy who got the whole mic'd up series even started.
yeah, Emerson, shout out to you and Everett and Landon Terremoto. Hit that applause real quick, because
Damn it.
we're still figuring out our bearings here. Like I said, first episode was shot on iPhone microphones. We've graduated to real microphones, some headphones, and now we discovered we have a soundboard, but we're not quite sure which buttons are correspond to which yet. So we'll get there. We'll get there.
I mean, right now, I think I'm batting 500 with the soundboard, so I'm not doing
I'm
half
betting
bad.
like 075 right now. But yeah, so Emerson and Everett and Landon kind of brought out these wireless mics that we got a chance to mic up our players. That's a great segment if you want to check out our Instagram. That's one of my favorite videos, fan favorite, I think. Getting to hear kind of the in between stuff you don't really get to experience as a fan of baseball. You don't get to see those talks between players on the same team and then on the other team and stuff like that. And then you kind of took over this role of like this DJ announcer, right? You would bring the big speaker to the games, hook up the microphone, and start announcing. And I want to get your thoughts, because that was originally your child, right? That was your upbringing. But then we had a video where Landon kind of took over the mic, Landon Higa, who was a previous guest on the podcast, and he blew you out of the water, dude.
He surprised me. He was good.
It was like he was doing it for 20 years.
I was just like, oh, I was like, when he announced the name, I was like, who is that? Is that God? God, is that you?
It sounded like somebody was up in the press box, literally, like calling that whole game.
Yeah, he was sober, so I give him that.
Can you give us like your best announcer? Like if you're announcing Jarin to bat, like what's your number, Jarin?
Number 8.
Yeah. So now batting number 8, Jarin Kobashigawa.
Now batting number 8, our sweetest honey buns, Jarin Kobashigawa.
Wrong one.
C is applause. That was
it.
pretty good. Besides the sweetest honey buns thing.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll dig into that at a later episode.
I don't think we will actually.
Well, I want to get a little perspective from you, Emerson, because non-baseball player up until Danimals started in 2017. What was it like for you coming from a background of not playing baseball regularly to like now you're probably one of the most fun guys on the team. Like you're somebody that I look forward to getting in at bat, and seeing how that plays out. And when a ball comes to you in the field, like what that's like. Talk to me about getting the opportunity to play baseball with a good group of guys as someone who's never played competitive baseball throughout their adolescence and teenage years.
Playing baseball has probably been one of the most challenging sports I've ever played. Like I picked up bowling within 2 years, and
Bowling's not a sport.
Bowling is a sport, but
You get to eat garlic fries while you're
and
bowling
ice cream.
in the air condition.
You walk.
Hot take.
Hot
if
take. Yeah.
Bowling's not a sport.
We do have bowlers on our team.
Yeah.
Shouting you out, Justin, right now.
Yeah.
Justin's a fellow bowler.
Justin's better than me.
But not a
at bowling.
sport. It's a hobby. It's a leisure activity.
We're about to take this outside.
Oh, damn it! All right, mess that one up.
But it's not like to me as somebody who's played baseball for all my life. Like I'm out on the baseball field getting dirty, sweating, right?
That's partly why I never played baseball as a kid.
And getting hurt. And like, what do you have that fucking bullshit wrist brace while you bowl? Because I don't want to curve the ball too hard and sprain my wrist.
There is technique to bowling. I will say that. But
I'm not saying that there's not technique. There's obviously people who bowl way better than other people, and people who invest time and effort into getting better are better than the average Joe. But I just can't.
No, for reals, anyone can bowl though. Not gonna lie, everyone and anyone can bowl. But no, so yeah, basically not coming from a baseball background. Like, baseball is probably one of the hardest sports I've ever played. Like, in practice, when I screw around with Everett, and that's kind of how I got all whatever skills I have, whatever skills I have.
thanks, Everett.
Yeah, thanks. Shout out to brother. So, and Landon, because I've kind of grown up with them, going through Everett's baseball journey, and you guys all kind of been there.
Teramoto, to clarify, there's like a billion Landons.
Oh,
on our
that's
team.
true. That's true.
He no longer plays with us. Teramoto.
He's retired.
R.I.P.
No, he didn't die. He just stopped playing.
Was that intentional?
Yeah, because
okay.
he stopped playing. Then we're
Okay.
we're sad about it, right?
I couldn't feel the mood of the room. I was like, are we getting real like, aw.
Yeah, we need a aww soundtrack.
But yeah, no. So going up to bat, I feel like every season, like you kind of figure out your swing, like as you go, and
I think not even just every season, like every subsequent at bat, right? Every time you get to see a live pitch, you learn a little something, right?
Yeah, so like that's what I kind of figure out. Like I kind of learn. I haven't figured out how to like see the ball, but like I kind of figured out like
With your eyes. Open your eyes.
yeah. So like I mean, batting has been fun. Like, I mean, trying to figure out how to get your swing down and get it in, and it's kind of been a bonding thing for me and Ev, talking about his swing, talking about my swing. Like,
Does he give you like advice, or is he like too good for like him to pass advice on to you? Like he knows too much of like the technical side of things to where like anything he tells you just kind of goes over your head.
no, actually, like a lot of the stuff I kind of know his swing inside out, just as much, almost as much as he does. He'll probably say different, but who knows? So like like after every game, like I'll watch his at bats, and I'm like, hey, you're doing this and doing that, and it's like, and we'll go back and forth, and we'll talk about, and we'll see like what will work and what won't work, and he'll try it out the next day, maybe not. Usually he doesn't, because I'm just coming from left field like, hey, what do you do this for? Like,
Emerson, I want to say this because as much as like maybe in her videos and maybe like personally, sometimes people make, you may come off to people as uh, someone who's not as versed with baseball or the technique behind it, or a lot of the intricacies of the sport. But you're honestly probably one of the smarter people when it comes to that kind of stuff, like digesting the swing, making adjustments and stuff like that. It's just harder, I think, for you to like apply it yourself. But like I remember when we traveled up to San Diego to watch Everett play a series. We were at dinner afterwards, and we were talking a little bit about the adjustments he had to make on a swing, and it was all very good advice. So I know we've been shitting on Emerson a little bit because sometimes he can come off as a jackass sometimes, but like your shit, man.
Everett, you heard that?
And there was some times, I think, when we have brothers come out to play on the Danimals, it always turns into a battle of the last name. So battle of the Laus, battle of the Romos is a one of the fan favorites, battle of the Matsuzakis. But there was one time you outperformed your brother and you won the battle of actually two times.
I think both times one was like a practice session.
Aloha.
Yeah, it was like a BP practice session.
And Ev struggled. I think he like popped up on a 3-2 count or something.
Yeah, popped up to the infield.
Yeah.
So you won that battle. Oh. And then game play. I think it was against a pretty decent team, the Dogs, right?
Yeah,
it was all college guys, and Everett drew a walk, I think, and then you singled in the 4-hole. It was just so
solid,
cool to see you actually beat up on Ev, who's a D1 ball player.
He's always little brother to me. I love him. He's awesome.
Yeah, we love Everett too. Everett, if you're listening to this, man, shouts out. Get your ass over here for an episode, man. And we're just happy today because we're able to share some love to one of our presenting sponsors, Aloha Capz and Aloha Mitts, the baseball gear you wanted and need handled and delivered to you with Aloha. Aloha Capz and Aloha Mitts, founded by the Everett Lau, a D1 infielder, and Emerson Lau, the business and digitally savvy brother, aims to bring high-quality hats and mitts to the islands of Hawaii. You can find them on Instagram at Aloha Capz with a Z, Aloha_Capz with a Z, and Aloha Mitts. DM them for any inquiries or purchase intentions. We have some feature hats and gloves here. Jarin's rocking a Rawlings Mocha. I've got a sweet A2000 with a dark tan, what do you call this, interior? Sweet A2000. Emerson's rocking an Auburn Special Under Armour glove there, 11 and 3/4, I think, maybe 11 and a half. But yeah, they've got some incredible stuff, man. We'll shoot some pictures up online on the broadcast, and yeah, go check them out, man. We're happy to have Emerson here and happy to give Aloha Capz and Aloha Mitts a shout out on the podcast.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, so I want to get right back into things. Yeah, we're going to get to a segment that I hope to have recurring on the podcast, and that's the Danimals Recap. This is the Emerson Lau edition of the Danimals Recap, and I want to get right into, we introduced what the Screamer was, I think on episode 1, and Emerson was the proud recipient of, I think, the Screamer Award 2 or 3 times in 2021. I remember one pretty distinctly was the July 4th game, where that was probably one of the best Screamer interviews I think we've ever had. Talk us through what that award meant to you and how you plan on responding come 2022.
I think I blacked out on that one. Not sober-wise, but I try to forget that one. Can you remind me what I did?
Yeah, it was a pretty close game. I think it was like final score was 7-5 or 7-6. And in the last inning, we had we were the home teams, or we were the away team. So the other team was batting to close out the game, and 2 outs, runners on first and second, right? And I think we're up by 2 or something. And there was a pop fly that drifted into foul ground. You were playing first base, and just misplayed it, dropped the foul ball in foul ground, and For a moment, I thought that was going to cost us the game. And it turned out that I think Zach McCone was on the mound, and he got out of it. But it gave us all a pretty good scare because, I don't know, my butthole was pretty tight after that. I was like, we're going to lose because Emerson dropped the fly ball in foul ground. So that was, one of the funniest screamer interviews, particularly because I think after you received the screamer, you chucked it into, tried to chuck it into the Aloha.
My arm was sore after that. But yeah, I remember that one. I was using Higa's glove. I like to blame it on Higa's glove.
Yeah. What do you think about your fielding? How that's come along since you started playing with the Danimals, and what you expect coming 2022?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say, after that, we got Higa a new glove, so I think that would fix almost everything. But I mean, next year I think it'll be a little different. I think fielding will be a little better. I think the arm will be a little weaker, but I think the fielding will be a little bit better. But I think fielding will be tough.
You don't need a particularly strong arm to play first base, which is, I think, we would all kind of agree is your primary position. And, as I say that, I think to myself, who's the competition there?
Same guy keeps reoccurring every time. Keeps popping up.
Higa, I'm coming for you. First string. You're going to be on second string.
We should clip the part where he goes like, I'm not good at baseball. But yeah, dude, Higa, the gauntlet has been thrown down. The challenge is out there. Battle for the first string Danimals first base position is open.
I think it'll always be open, though.
Yeah. So as the Dynamo season progressed, we kind of get to see, you have a Screamer award, and we get a couple good laughs after that. Actually, after that game, I want to get into this story. There was a group of Korean baseball players that came to the field and decided to have a practice. And, a few of our guys stayed back, and you actually decided to participate with them, having no idea who any of them were, and kind of just was like, didn't belong at all, but had a full-on practice and inter squad with that Korean team. What the hell were you thinking?
I was upset.
Upset at the game before?
Yeah, I was upset. I was like, I gotta get some practice.
So you need to get some reps in?
Yeah, I gotta go play with some kids my level, my own level.
Hey, you were hanging with them.
Oh, I yipped some balls over the third baseman's head. I was like, oh, okay.
Took a couple at bats, I think. And do you remember what you ended up doing in those at bats?
I struck out on one, but yeah, I was.
Weren't they BP fastballs?
Yeah, they call 10 feet out, and I'm like I don't have a 34. What do you? I can't do anything out there. And then the next one, I popped it out. I tried just turning on it, and I had to hit the weight room. That was just.
Do you ever think to yourself that you might be a left-handed hitter instead of a right-handed hitter?
I like to switch hit once in a while.
You can't say that if you're good at neither. No, but that Korean baseball story, or that whole day, that was just so bizarre to me. Like, if Emerson Lau playing with a Korean baseball team that just randomly shows up to Aloha Field, if that doesn't scream Emerson Lau to you, I don't know what does.
That was the very definition of who you are, is yeah, fuck it, I'll play.
Yeah, I'll try it out. I got to try catching out. I've never tried catching.
You pulled a Will Ferrell and played every position on the field. It was so entertaining to see you try to, you fielded a ground ball at second base during the inter squad. They had you pitch, which was hilarious always. And at one moment we saw you getting dressed with the catcher's gear, and we're like, we don't know what the fuck you're doing that back there. What the hell?
I just thought, why not? I'm not, we got all our positions filled.
Did you even have a cup on?
Deodorant stick. That always works.
I think I did. I think
Team cup.
Team cup. Yeah, I think.
Okay, we had the team cup.
Yeah.
That's another running Danimals joke. We have team gear, and along with the team catcher's gear comes the team cup, and whoever uses the team gear needs to use the team cup.
We should have the future screamers have to sniff it.
That's disgusting, dude.
You know what we need to bring back? You remember
What?
what you called Emerson on the mound when he was pitching? How you introduced him?
Oh,
No, what did I say?
What is? I know he said.
Now pitching, Emerson Lau, the Stinky American. Dude, that got me going. That
I
was
put my
funny.
head down. I was just like, oh my god.
That was hilarious.
They're gonna
I thought
throw
that
at my
was
head.
funny.
Yeah, I remember that now. I was announcing and I was trying to just get in your head, and I was just like, "Yeah, this is a play ball."
Oh, God, no.
But dude, that was so fun to see, man. I'm glad you had fun with that. I think we had a lot of fun watching.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. I'm like what fifth string for second base.
Well, you're
On what
left-handed.
team?
Oh,
On the
true.
Korean team?
Oh, but no, yeah. So also on top of that, the Dodgers have asked us to come out and play. Like we're selling a glove, and then like, one of the kids were like, oh yeah, do you play like adult baseball? And he's like, oh yeah, just come hit us up on the Dodgers. And we're like, oh, we already played Danimals. It's kind of awkward, but I think if I need reps.
The next thing in my show notes here, I said you won the Battle of the Laos with a single between the first and second baseman during a pretty close game. I think that was like a 3-2 win in our summer league. And it's pretty interesting because just to give some context, Everett played a few years in junior college at San Mateo. I think it's like California, right?
Yeah.
And then got the opportunity to play at Auburn University. SEC baseball is kind of the premier division for D1 baseball, which is pretty crazy. No, I don't think any of us thought like any of us could make it to that level. And Everett proved this wrong, man. Everett got the opportunity to go to the College World Series. I think that was the year that Auburn made a push to the College World Series, so that must have been like a crazy experience for him. And then he finished up his senior year and then COVID senior year at UC San Diego, which is a pretty cool thing because in his COVID senior year, his super senior year, UC San Diego made a push to Division I and actually ended up being in the same conference as the University of Hawaii. So we got to see Everett play in a UC San Diego jersey back at Les Murakami Stadium, back on the home turf. So that was pretty cool, man. But so Everett was great ball player. I think his resume speaks for itself. But, you were able to, in two instances that we filmed on camera, we're able to kind of top him in the Battle of the Laos, man. And that must have been crazy.
Just every day.
Just every day.
Hey, don't forget my player of the game. The player of the game.
What'd you get player of the game for?
Probably getting the only hit when we got skunked 16-0 against Hammer
No,
Department.
was it a 2-hit game for you? It might have been.
Oh no! For Hammer Department, we played at Hans. Remember that? I was like, "Give me player of the game! Come on, give me the player of the game!"
Okay.
Everyone else sucked.
Yeah, for context, I think that was the really bad game that I don't think you made it out to me.
I don't think I was there.
Of course, you had B-Rob as head coach. I probably batted Landon leadoff, but I think
Schwab-dong.
that was the game we had like a half an hour defensive inning. We couldn't get out of the
Oh,
inning.
I remember.
And I believe you squeaked out a player of the game because of maybe a single or something. But, props to you, man.
Hey,
You gotta
he called it a double.
Who did?
B-Rob.
All right. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Shout out B-Rob.
Yeah,
Thanks for
that was
calling
a
that
solid
double.
hit. He took that opportunity to shout out another special someone. And
Well, I just want to butt in before this gets a little too awkward and
Sure,
say that,
sure.
we are missing a key component to our show today. Brandon Roberts, our co-host today, couldn't make it. We, after our fall season for Danimals Baseball, most of our team has transitioned to play AJA baseball, which has traditionally been one of the more premier adult baseball leagues in Hawaii. And Brandon took a pretty nasty foul tip off the mask as he was catching and is a little woozy. I think he has the C word, and that's in reference to Blue Mountain State. You can't say the C word.
a big coochie. No, I remember. Oh, what?
No, I don't know. I mean, he had to call out today. He's been feeling a little weird with what I imagine is a concussion, and so we're gonna take it easy on Brandon for a little bit. So, Brandon, if you're listening to this, rest easy, man. Take it slow, man, and we hope to have you back on the show for the next one, but no rush.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna add that I remember there's this one game, because this is also related to Brandon catching and then also getting like abused.
I think I
by
know
the
what
ball.
you're talking about.
There was like a game, he got hit in the head like 4 times catching, and it was unreal. Like that he stayed in the game because he should have.
He's
had
a
the
true
C word.
gamer, honestly.
He is.
Yeah.
He's like the type of, like, I think in the group chat or something, so he got hit, right? He's not feeling good. He probably has the C word. He's just and his response is like, "I'll see you at the next game." Like, he's that type of guy. Like, coach won't let him, or coach wants him to sit out. He won't. He doesn't want to sit out.
Yeah.
So, just that type of player.
He's a good player. He's a real good player.
I remember, I think one of the mic'd up segments we had when Reggie was pitching. So Reggie is Brandon's cousin.
Yeah.
Brandon took a foul tip off the goods.
Oh.
Do you remember what I'm talking about?
No.
No, it's in a mic'd up session, and Reggie was like having trouble pitching, and he's like, "Oh man, I can't find my fastball." And then like the next pitch is like a curveball foul tipped and hits Brandon right in the goods.
Oh,
and he's
I
just like,
remember that.
So-
We should have mic'd up both of them. That would have been funny.
Yeah, man. Well, Brandon, rest up, man. We hope to have you back soon, but for now, take it easy. Gonna take this opportunity to transition to the next segment. We're gonna have a recurring segment here on Under the Lights, presented by Danimals Baseball. This is the rapid fire segment with our guest featuring Emerson Lau. This is our third go around for the rapid fire questions, and so we have 5 questions for you. And first thing that pops into your mind, go ahead and shoot me back an answer. But if there's something that's questionable or something suspect, I'm going to dig into that a little bit. Okay? Are you ready?
Not quite. All right, let's do this.
All right, first question. Are you a better hockey player than Everett is a baseball player?
Probably not.
Probably not, or just yes or no?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Well, yeah, Jesus. Next question. What is your favorite Danimals memory?
Favorite Danimals memory. I think it was probably the first game that we ever came together, cause then that I remember like vividly too, where it's like
I saw you smile.
I didn't want to say anything. All right.
Keep going.
First game.
first game, yeah,
First
first game. You know what I mean? That's like
I don't even remember the first game.
like I remember that we had our jerseys, right? We had our jerseys, yeah.
It was like the black dry
The black.
fits, right?
I love those jerseys. I love those jerseys. Like hands
Hot
down
take.
best jersey.
Hot take.
Hot take. But I wear it every day. I go to sleep in it. But so yeah, the first game was kind of like, oh, you get a little excited. You get the butterflies. It's my first baseball game. I'm like out there.
That was actually your like first like
legit,
official
yeah.
legit baseball game.
You legit didn't play baseball until the Danimals?
I played
Like, you played
Mustang a
T-ball?
little, but and maybe a little Pinto, but nothing more than 2 seasons really.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So
Alright.
I mean, yeah, for me that was exciting because I was like, okay, I got this much more knowledge. So let's see if this works.
Okay, next question. So 2-parter, right? You're the Aloha Capz and Aloha Mitts founder. So I want to ask who on the Danimals and then who in the MLB has the best hat/glove game.
Okay.
So 2 players, one guy on the Danimals and one
Danimals.
guy in the MLB who has the best hat/glove game.
Okay. Well. Okay. Let's see. For the glove game on Danimals, I'd probably say you. Your glove that you have is probably one of our favorite, or like me and Ev's favorite gloves.
Yeah, and that was a glove that I picked up from Aloha Mitts.
That was.
It's an A2K.
If we could go back in time, we probably would have kept it. Like we talk about it a lot. We're like, oh, Ryan's glove looks nice. He's kept it in good shape. Like.
Oh, I love that thing. It's like got to be like 4 years old by now. Because I took it in my senior year of college. I played with it,
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
which was 2017.
We consider that glove a collectible. Like,
Yeah.
Just like the mocha, we consider that a collectible. And somehow Ev got me one for Christmas, and I was like, oh wow. But and then for the hat game.
Hat game seems pretty obvious to me, but
It's probably
it's
me.
your question.
Me.
All right.
Hey, easy.
Are you kidding me?
Me.
Look at my wall, dude.
We're talking like MLB or like we talking like
Any.
fitted? If we had to go fitted like Hawaii, I would say yours. Oh, I like that Cubs one. That's a nice Cubs one up there. But yeah, I would. I'm on the come up. I'm coming for
Okay,
you.
I just want to take a break from the rapid fire real quick to share a quick story.
Okay.
Me and Emerson did something super illegal in high school, and we
I'm getting ready. Go ahead.
no, go ahead and hit it.
No.
Okay. So we, as broke high school kids who didn't get allowances, me and Emerson decided to like import all these like fake Chinese snapbacks and then sell them on campus. And the first time we did it, we were like not sure if it was ever gonna work or whatever. And I remember like, we just said, fuck it, let's just drop $200 and see if it's worth doing. And so we got like hats for like $6 each, I think it was, and then we flipped them for like $20 to like everyone on campus. It was the most hilarious and probably illegal thing we could have done. I don't mean to incriminate myself, but I think there's a statute of limitations on like that was like 10 years ago.
So you were his like partner in crime, because honestly, I think one of the earliest memories that I have of you, and you may not even know this, was so I was classmates with Everett, right, at Marino before Everett ended up moving to Iolani. And we had a teacher, Jeff Chang, who, was one of my favorite teachers. He's a very good teacher.
I think a lot of us share that sentiment.
Yeah. And he's still there at Marino, so shout out to him. But he was telling me a story of one time Everett's brother, you were selling juice like at the high school or something for like $2, and you were just like the juice guy. And then the next week it was like you were selling something else, and it might have been
like kimchi bowls or Slim
Jims,
or
you were just like always
Skittles.
selling something. You were like the kid that like brought his own stash. Like you opened the trench coat and it's like snacks. Like, what do you want? That's like who I imagined you to be. And then years later, I ended up meeting you and becoming friends with you.
I love that story.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was a lot of fun. I did get in trouble in 8th grade for they were a little more cautious in 8th grade about that. So they're like, "Oh, you got to stop." Mrs. Jones, do you remember Mrs. Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, like I like your entrepreneurship, but you got to cut that out." And I'm like, and I think I went back to candy after that, because I pulled up with the whole big, the big igloo cooler full of Sprite and juice, and yeah, it was a little too obvious. So, because Mr. Chang let me use his fridge, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll throw you some dollars." And he was like,
I just think that's funny that you just take every opportunity to
it's the pake kind Chinese, are you?
The Chinese big boy.
That's pretty
Okay.
But before we go on, I just want to say I think I got my hat addiction from you when you used to work at Lids.
That's true.
Because you're like, "Oh, I'm working at Lids." I'm like, "Oh, you can get hats," and then you're like, "Yeah, I forgot what your
It was like
discount
40% off or something.
Oh yeah, you got 40. Yeah, okay.
It was a pretty good deal.
Yeah, and Chinese little boys like, "Oh yeah, let me get some of that." And yeah, I picked up like a few hats from you, and I think that
just kind of blew up ever since.
Kind of blew up, yeah.
Yeah. So let me go back to the question here. In the MLB, who do you think has the best hat or glove game?
I mean, I don't know. Oh, like team wise, hat game.
Yeah, sure. Best MLB on-field cap.
Okay.
And then best glove, because I think I have a few in mind.
That's tough. Yeah, for hats, I'd put it between maybe the Brewers or the Angels, maybe Marlins. It depends how far back you go in time. Like the old school Marlins, I love those. Mets, their colors are a little interesting, but I mean, I like the design. But I mean, yeah, Angels, the one with the feathers in the back with
the navy blue.
I've began.
I wish they would bring that back.
I do too. I do too. Sorry, I went to Marino. I don't know proper English.
And then best glove in the game.
Ooh, best glove. That's a tough one. Who's that? That dude, A2K.
I was just about to say that was the guy on the top of my list was Brandon Phillips.
Or Ozzy Albies.
Okay. I
That's a
respect
nice
that.
one.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
When Brandon Phillips came out with that Wilson signature series, Dat Dude A2K, that was like so cool. I didn't know a glove could be that cool until I think I saw that.
Yeah, originally coming from like a non-baseball background, I thought like baseball gloves were like the fuggliest things ever. Like I was like, who does? Okay, let
It's
me.
like brown, right?
Yeah, like I looked at this and I'm like, who the hell likes this colorway? And like, I mean, I guess it's kind of something that grows on you.
Yeah.
And just because like compared to like hockey, I guess in comparison, I compare it to hockey gloves.
Hmm.
And so, I mean, this I was like, okay, this is not bad, and it took a while for me to appreciate it. And like for the mocha, sorry,
I'll hold it for
thank
you.
you, thank you.
While you do the demonstration.
Okay, well, so for the mocha, like it's
Dude,
a
it sounds so
classic.
better.
It sounds so good. I think I'm screaming into this thing. Really? Okay, I'll hold it closer.
Or we can turn it
Okay.
down.
But
So I don't want to get too much into the weeds because I want to finish out the segment.
mhm.
We can go back to the gloves in a bit, but 2 more questions for the rapid fire. Skittles versus M&Ms.
Oh,
And-
Skittles.
Okay, and so you made a comment on
Mhm.
a video when you asked Reese Kakugawa, Skittles or M&Ms, and he said Skittles, and you said, okay, good, you're not a serial killer. What did you mean by that?
That was like one of the first videos.
Yeah. No,
That's crazy that you remember
I
that.
hate M&Ms. Like I dislike M&Ms.
You don't like chocolate in general then?
I'm not a chocolate person.
Okay.
I'm more of like a vanilla, strawberry, or like a sherbet fruity kind of guy. Not too much of a
Yeah, you fruit.
not too much. Yeah, not too much of a savory guy.
Do you have a
Chocolate is
preference?
sweet, not savory.
No, but well, I mean, I like
Yeah.
fruits.
Okay.
Maybe
you-
it's backwards.
do-
Chocolate savory, right?
Dude,
I thought
we're not. We need to bring Jason on for this segment.
Okay.
What about a favorite Skittles? Like, you know how they have the
Type.
different.
Oh,
Yeah, type.
the
You know, like-
Because they have the
Tropical.
original, the
Yeah,
tropical,
yeah.
the sour.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was like a cream one. That one was really
Oh, I
good.
did not like that
You
one.
didn't like that one?
That one was bad.
What about Skittles gum?
Shoot from the hip. What was
Oh.
your favorite Skittles?
Skittles, probably the grape.
Original?
Original.
Whole
Grape
pack of
original.
Original grape. Yeah, whole pack of grape.
Huh, I would
Okay.
give you all my grapes.
I would stick that in my right cheek and
What did he say? last rapid fire
spice
question,
sauce.
and this is an interesting topic. What is your status as a bachelor or taken man?
We're a bachelor.
Why do you say we?
We're in this together, guys. I'm kidding.
What?
No, I'm a bachelor.
And is that likely to change soon or maybe not so soon?
I don't know.
We see.
I
Ladies?
don't know.
Look me right in the eye.
That was good. Yeah.
that was the one sound bite that I think we actually got right. Look into this camera here, and I'm gonna just say this for Emerson real quick. Emerson Lau, one of the most loving, caring guys I've ever met. Great personality, decent athlete. Maybe.
Sorry.
Well, I was trying to be sentimental here.
D2 babies.
D3 maybe. NAIA.
Yeah, I was gonna say NAIA.
Successful PA
Bowling-
school, medical
bowlers.
professional, entrepreneur. Gonna be very successful in life, and whoever is lucky enough to be walking down that aisle one day with Emerson Lau, I'm gonna heckle the shit out of you. So, I think that'll wrap up the rapid fire questions right now. We'll cut to a commercial break. We'll be back on the other side.
No, you know what we
I'm-
need to do?
I might have to take you home after this.
Oh, that's just the best wingman spot right there. We're gonna cut to the live feed camera action
Listen,
for
man,
this.
we tried our best. The camera over there just died, but we're gonna be rolling right here.
All right.
I'll change the battery during the break, but
Well, yeah. But like I said, we can just roll into a commercial break right here. We've got some words from our other presenting sponsors to mention. On the other side of the podcast, catch us with some words from Growler Hawaii. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you for listening in to Under the Lights, presented by Danimals Baseball, featuring Emerson Lau. Growler Hawaii, Uncle Bill, Josh, Jake, Uncle Al, thank you for the support. From quality craft beverages, delicious cuisine to a quality ambiance, Growler Hawaii is the place to be for your 2 p.m. hangover relief. You like that?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Experience the best quality American beer at our craft beer pub in Honolulu, located in Kapahulu near Waikiki Beach. It is the go-to place to sit back, relax, and enjoy handcrafted beer made to perfection. Thank you guys. Thank you, Uncle Bill, Uncle Al, Josh, and Jake.
They get free parking too, you know.
and free parking after 8 p.m., I think. So we're back, hopefully with 2 cameras rolling now. Thank you, Jarin, for navigating our technical difficulties. Jarin is, like we said in the earlier podcast, the media extraordinaire. Couldn't do this without Jarin's efforts.
I just gotta say, I'm so lucky to be joined by Emerson Lau, who, has, and Ryan, but Emerson has handled the camera quite often this season, and I gotta say, thank you, man, because you do the mic'd up stuff, you record when, I can't. When I'm
Emerson
on the
is
field and
like,
stuff.
I think, the VP of the media team. If Jarin's the president, Emerson is probably the VP.
Well, we can't forget about there's tiers to this, of course. We got Brandon, of course, who.
Well, yeah. Brandon's
You know-
probably like a co-VP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and Jaelin, we can't forget about Jaelin.
Mhm.
Jaelin also.
Jason.
Sweetest honey buns.
The names are very similar, but yeah, just there's a whole team that's behind this. Emerson has definitely played a huge role in that.
Yeah, and he invested in our mic'd up series.
Yeah, and we still got Landon, our intern.
Landon the intern.
He's learning.
Well, I want to just, as we wrap up the show today, get to your thoughts, Emerson, on what you think everyone should know about Danimals and what makes Danimals Baseball so special to you.
Well,
We're going to get real sentimental here.
We are. Danimals is like a family. We've actually, in Danimals, I've seen kids that Everett has grown up and played baseball with, and I like Creighton Gaspar. Like him and his, what was his brother's name?
I don't know his brother's
It's a
name.
brother.
Yeah, he has a brother.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, him and his brother used to play with Ev. So it's like I haven't seen, when I seen that kid, I was like, oh, you're huge. So it was kind of cool seeing him. Reese Kakugawa, same. Ev grew up with him playing, so it was cool to see him. And it's like you meet all these, you see all these old faces, and you meet all these new, all these new people,
And then
and
they become family like instantly.
yeah, you could see them be like, hey, let's go drink, and they're like, oh yeah, can. So like yeah, I love that aspect of it, and it's like it kind of feels like yeah, you got a family going with that, and I think that's what makes it all the more exciting to go on weekends.
Yeah, it's something that like I think some of the other leagues, maybe like AJA, is a little more serious, and sometimes it's not as exciting to go to. Or Danimals Baseball, it's like, dude, I can't wait till Sundays to be with the boys and shoot the shit and hopefully win a baseball game. I think Danimals Baseball transcends just the on-field play, and I hope to bring that to light with the podcast and some of our other social media stuff, and getting to see how we've all kind of come together collectively to become like some of the best friends that I've ever had and made, and I'm so fortunate to continue this journey with you guys.
No, I am too. I also get kids in the DMs. They're like, oh, how do I get in? I mean, Jarin gets that too, but like I get that like on the side, like, oh, how do I get in? How do I get in?
Yeah, if
I'm
you're
like-
listening to this, man, just shoot us a DM. Danimals Baseball, the culture is really what it's all about. It's really not about can you go 3 for 4, can you put a ball over the fence, can you throw 90 miles an hour. It's about having good company, and
It's like, can you laugh at yourself too?
yeah, and the ability to laugh at yourself and talk some shit and have a good time on the baseball field.
Yeah.
And who can drink the most?
Yeah.
And still play. That's important.
Yeah, the drinking team has a baseball problem.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, I just want to shout out Emerson. Emerson was an OG Danimals player when we started this thing back in 2017, and I think for the first few episodes of this, we'll kind of highlight the OGs, and then kind of get into how Danimals has evolved over the years. But it's been so cool to see everybody's perspective from day one of Danimals baseball to where we are now, coming up on 5 years of Danimals. So thank you for sticking around. Thank you for not running away after too many Screamer awards. And I really can't attribute my happiness for baseball to anyone else but our squad and you in particular.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh, do it. Look into this camera and do it though, so we can make it the thumbnail. No, but thank you so much for coming on, man. It was a pleasure talking to you. Any last words to the Danimals Nation out there?
Slide in them DMs.
Yeah. Well, I don't have too much to say, but I mean, I just want to say thank you guys for everything these past 5 years. I really appreciate it. The summer, as we get older, or as I get older, the summer comes a little more boring, I guess to say. I'm kind of done with hockey, so this is something I always look forward to. It's like, okay, let's see if I can make it to second without pulling something. Or like, let's see if Ryan can throw without his arm hurting, you know? And yeah, it gives me something to look forward to. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah. And for, like I said, anyone who's looking to play for us or join our squad, like, it's an open invite, really. Doors are open. Always looking to just have a good time on the baseball field. And more than that, make some good friends and lifelong friendships that I think will hold the test of time, really. Like, I'm dead straight certain that, like, 95% of the Danimals players will probably be at my wedding, be at my funeral. Jarin will speak my eulogy and shoot the highlight video for my funeral, and stuff like that. So, you know what it is? It's a Hawaii thing too. I think a lot of us bond over collectively being from Hawaii. I think we share a lot of the Ohana lifestyle and that culture, and we really vibe off of that energy. And I think it's a really cool thing that we have here at Danimals Baseball. With that, we're going to close the show. Thank you all for listening. If you can like, comment, and subscribe, that's the shameless plug for at Danimals_baseball. Find us at Danimals Baseball on YouTube. Also, go ahead and go over to Aloha Capz and Aloha Mitts. That's Aloha Capz with a Z. And Aloha Mitts. You can find them on Instagram. Growler Hawaii, or I think they go by Growler HNL on Instagram. We'll whatever it is, we'll tag it down below. But thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of Under the Lights presented by Danimals Baseball. We'll see you next time. Mahalo.